It was a late afternoon note from the jury that sent the courtroom into chaos.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger begins our coverage. Josh?
Well, Mike, of the 5 counts charged in this marathon case, the 5 counts in this marathon case, the jury reached a fairly quick verdict in counts 2 through 5. But that top count, racketeering conspiracy, the jurors told the judge today they're deadlocked. 13 hours after they got the case, the jury said they were stuck.
They're saying that we have tried and we are so far apart, there is no middle.
The 8 men and 4 women deciding Sean Combs' fate wrote a note to the judge claiming, because of what they called unpersuadable opinions on both sides, they could not reach an agreement on the charge of racketeering conspiracy. Though they have reached verdicts in the remaining 4 charges, 2 counts of sex trafficking and 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. Prosecutors say the rap mogul turned his music business into an enterprise to support his own sexual pleasure, allegedly plying 2 former girlfriends with drugs and forcing them to have sex, sometimes for days, with male escorts. And when the jury sent its note this afternoon, the judge would not let them off the hook. "I ask at this time that you keep deliberating," he wrote back to them, exhorting them to consult with one another and deliberate with a view to reaching an agreement. They'll be back tomorrow.
If they are very far apart, I anticipate before lunch we will get some note back that says that we are still not able. If they are closer together, sometimes the night apart allows people to look at things, process the information that they had during deliberations, and sometimes they do come back to a verdict.
But for now, a serious cliffhanger. There are verdicts, as I said, on 4 of the counts, but the world does not know what they are and won't until the jury agrees on the 5th count or the judge lets them off the hook on that 1 count. They'll be back to start fresh in the morning. Mike?
All right, Josh, thank you. Our Darla Miles will also be back tomorrow morning, as she's been in the courtroom every single day of this trial.
And this afternoon, when that jury note came from the deliberation room, Darla watched every detail of what went down in court.
There was about a 20-minute window from when the note was returned and the note was read out loud. And during this window, a lot of emotion went down in that courtroom. First, you could see Sean Combs seated at the defense table in his chair, his army of attorneys surrounding him. Some of them were blocking him from being seen from the gallery of the courtroom so no one could see his reaction. Nicole Westmoreland during this time was seen rubbing her temples. Brian Steele was seen speaking sharply and blinking his eyes. Tinny Garagos was seen leaning forward, shaking her head. All of them had a major discourse going on. You could see Mark Agnifilo, really passionate at that moment, storm to the front of the courtroom, grab the note for himself, bring it back to Sean Combs. You could see the frayed edges from the top of the notepad when Sean Combs read the note. Again, as we were waiting, his family returned to the courtroom, his 3 daughters, his sons, other family members. Then defense attorneys and federal prosecutors battled back and forth about how to respond to the jury, finally meeting in the middle, redirecting them to the initial jury charge. When jurors heard that instruction again, some of them were shaking their heads, kind of like they knew it was coming. One of them mouthed the word right. Jurors will resume deliberations at 9 o'clock in the morning. They will not be seated in the courtroom. They will go back to the jury room and resume their deliberations. In Lower Manhattan, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.